positive keywords with the data. So we've done our draft 1 copy, we've done our positive negative list. The list at the moment is not wholly accurate, but ultimately you would spend a lot more time obviously doing this keyword research in order to get all these figures right, and this is just an example. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click on this send to search volume. Now, so what we want is all the data from our positive keywords, and we want the same data as we get it from the keyword everywhere tool. So we want to know how many people are searching per month, at what cost, the competition level, and we want the last 12 months worth of data. Okay, so if we go to the tool, and again, you need to be patient because you're waiting for the API to work and bring back the information. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on send to search volume. Okay, and so that will then look something similar to this. Once we're happy with it and we put in our language and our currency that we want the data back in, we click on the search button, which is the orange button on the right hand side, and then we wait. It's going to take up another token because it's requesting data, and then we'll wait a little bit, be patient. It sometimes takes a little while. You can see the data export come down the bottom of the sheet. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on export, and we're going to open up that spreadsheet that we've just made. So I need to explain what it is we're looking at within this spreadsheet. So let me make it bigger first of all, a little bit bigger so you can see it. Okay, so in column A we've got all the keywords that we think are going to drive the right traffic in order to sell the product and service we're offering. In column B we've got the number of searches in which we did the research. In column C we've got the cost per click. So if we're doing paid advertising, this is an estimate of how much it would cost us every time somebody clicks on the link. In column D we have the competition level of that keyword, so how many people are competing against us, and that comes in a low, medium or a high format. So high obviously means high competition. This is probably going to be the keywords with the most volume. We've then got here, we've got month 3, 2, 1, 12, and here we have the last 12 months worth of how many people are searching per month. Now this is important because depending on your product and service you're offering, quite often you'll find keyword is more valuable in certain months. And what I mean by that is, as an example, if you were selling hoodies in November, the weather is quite cold. Well, it is in the UK anyway, but it's going to be cold. So there's going to be maybe 100,000 people looking for hoodies. In July, the weather in the UK is a little bit warmer. So there may only be 10,000 people because not so many people are looking for hoodies. So the reason we have this data here is because most people have a marketing budget that they're trying to stick to. And so this is a way we can try and identify what keywords and products and services we should be targeting in what month. For example, if we were a music shop and we sold guitars, violins and pianos, I might be able to look at that data and say, for whatever reason, in April, more people are looking at guitars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my marketing budget to guitars in April. I'm going to basically sell as many guitars as I possibly can, and then the following month I might move on to pianos or something else that might be selling better in that particular month. So this is how we start to use the data, and as part of the keyword the logic digital marketing methodology, the keywords are actually the data. That's the real data. That's what people are actually typing in. And we're using the actual search volumes of how many people are searching each month in order to make data-driven decisions. So we're not guessing anything. So the other interesting thing that we need to note about this is the majority of people are going to be targeting the high value keywords where there's more searches. So that is where the competition level shows you that it's high level. Okay, so there's a lot of people competing against these keywords. Now, if we were, say we're a new website or we're trying to establish ourselves, what we want to do is actually target the lowest possible cost keywords. So we might say, okay, I'm not prepared to spend any more than 50p a click. Okay, so what you've got in the paid advertising is you've got a daily budget and you've also got a bid budget. So the daily budget being, I'm not prepared to spend any more than £1, €1, $1, and the bid budget is I'm not prepared to spend any more than 30 cents or 30p as an example. So what a lot of people who own websites, they believe that they want 1 million people on the website. You don't want 1 million people. What you want is the 100 people who are actually looking to buy your product and service that you're offering. So it's all about focusing on the keywords at the price the business can afford. So not everyone can afford £100 a click, yeah, or £50 a click. Some people can only afford maybe £1 or $1, €1, whatever that might be. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep an eye on column B and we're going to look in columns C and D. Now clearly there's keywords in here that we would have normally put into the negative pile. So things like Costco, for example, here. Because Costco, if you don't know, is a shop, and there's things here like I can already see where it says replacement cushions. So cushions are garden accessories. They would be in the accessory campaign. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down, and you'll notice in column B the number of searches is going down, and what we're looking for is opportunities. So as we scroll down lower, you'll see we're down to 800 searches, 480, 210, 140, and you start to then suddenly see these gaps here. So this is 70 searches a month. There's nobody doing the paid advertising and it's low competition. So Laura James garden furniture, we may have actually put that as a negative keyword, but this is 70 people who are looking for garden furniture and there's nobody bidding and it's low cost. And this is where you want to maybe think about whether you want those branded shops in your search or not, because there are opportunities within those brands to actually drive the right type of traffic. So again, as you scroll down, you get to the lower numbers. What you start to see in columns C and D is more and more opportunities with the lower value keywords. So these are keywords, again, where nobody is bidding, competition on these ones is low, these ones are actually high. Again, that's Debenhams, which is a shop in the UK. So as we scroll down, this is about focus. So these keywords here are actually, they are low cost. There's not that many people searching for them. So one of the considerations is if you're doing keyword research it's in a certain area. So let's say we're only doing, say, central London, yeah, what you find is there's 10 people searching according to the data. So 10 people searching, but that is throughout the whole of the UK. So within your target area, it could be there's only 3 people. So what you need to do, and what we need to think about more carefully, is which keywords we're going to target. So this is about testing. So as a digital marketer, you will always be testing everything. And so as you scroll down the list, you start to see more and more opportunities where you could possibly bring in some low search volume and things like this, where we've got nobody searching, and where it's a blank, it means the data is quite often too low in a lot of the months of the year, basically. So this basically gives you an overview of what those keywords look like, and obviously gives you an opportunity to look for low cost paid advertising campaigns. And obviously in the AdWords section, I will be going through all of this again. So, and I'll obviously give you a lot more detail. So that is how you do and what your positive keyword data should look like.